Hi guys, welcome back to my XPS guide. Now I'm gonna review Microsoft Nichol. So yeah, he is a buffer and he was one of the best buffer. But right now we have some alternatives on 7 stars. So I don't think he is that amazing anymore. But let's compare him to Seaside Nichol and Zargabad. So stats wise, like you can see that Microsoft Nichol has nice amount of health boost, 40%. Compared to Seaside Nichol who only get 20%. But again, Zargabad, oh boy, Zargabad is the leader here, okay? And as a buffer, you don't need anything, I guess, okay? You simply only need survivability. And for MP, it is needed, but maybe not that important. Still, Microsoft Nichol gets nice amount of MP boost, 70% higher than Zargabad. But I believe that 40% Zargabad, 40% boost on Zargabad is enough. Okay, maybe Nichol is kind of overkill, but still nice. And for defense and spirit stats, yes, it is also quite good, but again he loses against Zargabad. Okay, for magic stats, this is really important, okay, because like Seaside Nichol, he can become a backup chainer because Microsoft Nichol now float. Okay, with float you can chain with someone who knows floats, of course, okay, but the magic boost only 50%, which is low. To compensate this low stats, Nichol get 20% bonus stats from Esper. Nice, but maybe not enough, okay, especially compared to Zargabad. And like you know that I have keep talking about Zargabad, but really guys, because stats wise, Zargabad is the winner here. Nichol gets 50% water resist, and if you equip his Trustmaster, that means he has 100% water resist. That's good, but too bad he is not an AoE magic tank. So yeah, while it is good, maybe it is not that important. For MP, it is your usual 5% MP regen per turn, but I guess it's enough because Microsoft Nichol can recharge his MP using magic stance, so maybe not important. For elements, he has Poison, Sleep, Pacify, and Charm Resist. And on 7 stars, he gets Confused. Whoa, pretty good. You only need to have Paralyzed and he will be unstoppable in the battle. Okay? And one thing that good for Microsoft Nichol is he has 20% chance to counter magic attack with Enlightening Guard. It is 40% all elemental resist buff. Yes, it is pretty good, okay? But maybe not that reliable. And on 7 stars, he also get 25% faster LBV rate. What are they thinking? 25%. Whoa, it just blew my mind, okay? Just too low, I guess, okay? And finally, the unique thing about Microsoft Nichol on his 7 stars form is he has 50% chance to refill your allies LB, 1 to 2 LB per turn, okay, 50%. So I guess it is quite nice, but maybe almost non-existent because most 7 stars need 30, 40 LB crystals. So yeah, I don't say it is useless, but maybe it's not important, okay? So that's all you need to know about his stats. Now let's talk about his abilities. So on 7 stars, the first ability he gets is Water Infusion. So this adds water element to physical attack for 3 turns to 1 ally. So again, this is useful for a double-hander who equip true 2-hand weapon because yeah, it lacks of element. So it will help if you want to do elemental chain, okay? Especially if you have Hyo, for example, you can cast this and let's say your chaining partner is Tifa, Final Heaven, then tada, elemental chain. Pretty good. And next ability, a cooldown, enhancing stance. So I think this is, sorry guys, bad. Okay, first it only affects one character. Sure, the buffs are quite insane. 175%, whoa, pretty high, but it only affects one character and the cooldown 5 turns. It's simply too long, I guess. But yeah, maybe you have time to cast this, but really only one turn. Oh my god, I don't think I will use it, okay, but it's up to you. Then next two abilities, heroic stance and barrier stance. This is basically steroid version of impregnable and soulful stance. Okay, so the buff will give all stats by 150%, pretty high, 40% higher than soulful stance. Okay, and the barrier stance will give you extra 10% damage mitigation. Okay, so while good, maybe not that good because the cooldown, okay, 7 turns. Oh, pretty long, okay, but at least you can cast this on the start of the battle, and after 3 turns you back to your old set, impregnable and soulful stance. Or maybe if you manage to gather your LB, then you can cast or refresh that 150% buff. But again, for damage mitigation, you need to stick with impregnable. And the side effect is kind of strange. Increased evocation gauge. So this is fucking niche, okay? Unless you bring a summoner in the battle, then this evocation gauge are basically kind of useless. Okay, so in my opinion, his 7 stars abilities, yes, definitely it is good, but not that good. Sorry guys, hate me if you want, but that's my opinion. Okay, I'm saying this not because I'm salty, because this is Microsoft Nichol is my best buffer. Okay, so there's no reason to be salty, but I simply state my opinion. Let's talk about his 6 stars abilities now. So on 6 stars, there are no damage modifier, effect modifier or something like that. So basically what you use is still same, soulful and impregnable after you cast your cooldown. So really there are not much improvement on 7 stars Microsoft Nichol. Okay, sure, he learned to chain flood, but really flood is not the best chaining tool. And on the future, if you take a look on Japan side, then you will see that Courageous and Fortune stance are getting abilities awakening. But I think that awakenings are kind of bad, okay, because instead of removing all the breaks, it only reduced them. So right now, the Fortune and Courageous stance will break 65% of your stats, but after awakening it in the future, the break only 30%. Okay, so I hope they improve it on the global by removing all the break completely. So basically in the Japan, Courageous and Fortune stance become 100% all stats buff, health and Purigen. Not bad, but definitely could be improved. And I really want to get impregnable stance got improved, okay, instead of this Courageous and Fortune. Okay, I hope global version will give Microsoft Nichol better, because remember that on global we have many alternatives for buffer, Seaside, Zargabad, but on Japan it is understandable that Microsoft Nichol is kinda the only one until Urisa and other games. Okay, so really Gumi, please improve him later on the global. For his LB, it is still the same, but you can buff 150% higher than your 6 stars form. Okay, the health and MP recovery are still the same, and this is the only break removal utility that he has. Okay, so be careful about that. Maybe you don't want to spam this every time you have it full. Okay, save it for some occasion if the enemy able to break your party. So I think that's all you need to know about his abilities. Now let's talk about his equipment. So for equipment, I think it's better to equip him with double dagger, but make sure that dagger has faster LB fill rate modifier. Okay, Sure, you can equip Road if you want to increase his magic or use him as a backup chainer, but really? You want to do that? You use flawed characters? You use Lulu? Okay, feel free to do that, but I'm gonna stick with Bowie Knife plus other dagger with 100% faster LBV rate. Actually, I'm not sure whether they able to stack or not, but yeah, let's say you cannot stack the 100% faster LBV rate, then simply replace the other dagger with Road or other equipment that increases health, MP, or other things. Okay, and for the rest, simply focus on his survivability and of course LB fill rate. LB fill rate, this is really important because it is break removal and stats buff. Okay, very good. For MP regen, it is also important, but maybe I think survivability is more important. Okay, so I think wait. I think you also able to equip him with utilities accessories such as Point 153. You can basically you get 40% physical damage mitigation or other thing like Riku's pouch. So throw anything that make him able to support your party. Okay, so that's all about equipment. My conclusion for MS Nichol. Microsoft Nichol is really good buffer. Okay, he has 150% all stats buff and 40% damage mitigation, which can help you go far into battle. But again, Zargabad, 7 stars, able to give you 140% all stats buff and the exact same 40% damage mitigation. So only 10% difference on their cooldown ability, but Zargabad other abilities are simply superior, I guess. Okay, he able to give you re-raise, increase all elemental resist, give you all not all elements, but some elements resist. Basically, I think Zargabad is better than Microsoft Nichol. Okay, I'm kind of salty right now by saying this because why I get Microsoft Nichol, and yeah, I know that Microsoft Nichol able to heal your all allies MP really good. Okay, after awakening on Japan, his magical stance heal restore 60 MP per cast though, so that's mean 120 MP per turn. That's amazing number. But really guys, right now I prefer Zargabad much more than Microsoft Nichol. And if you ask me, what about his twin, Seaside Nichol? Again, I think the only advantage Microsoft Nichol has over Seaside is he has attack and magic buff. But for other things, oh boy, Seaside Nichol simply trample Microsoft Nichol. Okay, first, Microsoft Nichol doesn't have physical and magic mitigation. Sure, Microsoft Nichol has better damage mitigation, 40%, but if you combine the physical, magic, and general damage mitigation, Seaside Nichol is the winner. Okay, and the Microsoft Nichol has lower defense and spirit buff. I know that Seaside Nichol normal, normal in quote, defense and spirit buff are only 100%, but his LB can buff up to 170%. Oh my god, that's insane. Also give you health barrier. Oh, for survivability, I think Microsoft Nichol, Seaside Nichol is better than, it's even better than Zargabad for survivability. Okay, and also as a backup chainer, Microsoft Nichol has lower magic and worse backup chain abilities. So Seaside has freeze and flood chaining, while Microsoft only flood. So what the, and the most important thing is Seaside Nichol able to remove Imperil and Charm, something that even Zargabad cannot do. So really guys, there is a plus or minus on every buffer, but for Microsoft Nichol, oh my god, sorry, I think it is my opinion. Okay, feel free to leave hate comment, but in my opinion, Microsoft Nichol is the worst of all three buffer that I just mentioned. Okay, Zargabad is the best. Actually, Seaside and Microsoft is about on par. It depends on what kind of buffer that you need. If you need defensive one, then Seaside Nichol is whoa, pretty good. Okay, but if you need offensive, like Microsoft Nichol, he is good, but for defensive, oh my god, it's up to you. So that's why I cannot give him perfect 10. Okay, I can only give him right now 9.8 out of 10. Microsoft, I don't know. Okay, so yep, I think that's all you need to know about Microsoft Nichol. Thank you very much for watching. Press the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Private Experience guide. Bye bye guys.